Hi everyone. Ireland has a housing crisis, but more specifically, Ireland has a corrupt government, uncontrolled mass immigration and offshore investment fund crisis. Let's have a look. The Housing Minister admitted there is a broken property market in Ireland, but that it's his job to fix it. He waffles on about all sorts of solutions, but fails to mention the elephant in the room, the mass immigration to Ireland over the past 3 years. We simply cannot cope and do not have the capacity to deal with the numbers coming here. As a result, homeless figures in Ireland have reached a record high of 15,747 people. The government are fixated on supply. It's done to distract us. But if we were fit to build 200,000 homes over the next year, we know our government would have every intention of filling these, but not with Irish people. There's a noticeable slowdown in viewings on houses in Dublin, as the average price tag is €600,000. So over €500,000 is the average house price in Dublin. It's no wonder that so many young people are having to move away here. They haven't a hope of getting it on the property ladder here. The ESRI warns Ireland cannot meet housing and infrastructure targets due to labour shortages. Here we go. We need 80,000 more workers to meet targets, but we have lost tens of thousands of our highly skilled workforce over the past 4 years due to the cost of living crisis. And if they haven't left, there's 750,000 between 23 and 35-year-olds who are still living with parents because they cannot afford to move out. But now the government want to import more workers to build houses for the people who have come here for the free stuff, which was promised by Roderick O'Gorman 5 years ago in his tweet, which was sent out in 8 different languages. There's more bad news for young people, as house prices have gone up by over 12% in 1 year. Actually, it's not bad news, it's a total disaster, and it's testament to the fact that demand has far exceeded supply and that the next generation do not have a hope of buying their home here. There's a huge social contract broken between government and the hard-working people of this country, whereby we work hard, we pay taxes, we comply with all the rules and regulations, and the future generation, our children, will reap the rewards of our labours. But instead, what we are witnessing is the opposite. Our children are having to emigrate, and complete strangers are able to come here and avail of the housing for free that our children cannot afford to buy. In Salthill in Galway, a house was advertised for €300,000, sold for over 100% the market price, a whopping €650,000, which is unprecedented and a sign of what's happening and alarm bells for what's coming down the line. If you are one of the unfortunate young or middle-aged couples out there trying to buy a home in the last few years, but just keeps getting outbid, then this article might explain why that's happening. It's because 1 in every 5 homes sold in Ireland last year were bought by institutional investors, many of which are based in UK tax havens such as the Isle of Man. So 20% of the houses sold in Ireland last year, that's around 13,000 houses, were purchased by investment fund companies. And that's not the worst part. They contribute nothing back to the Irish, as they do not pay any taxes here. The Taoiseach, Micheál Martin, has said that the construction of almost 3,000 social homes have now been delayed over value for money concerns. It is understood that the cost of constructing these social units was more than €1 million each to build one social and affordable house. Micheál has stalled the digger on this one because he's worried about being called up before the Public Accounts Committee. This is what happens when an incompetent Fianna Fáil and Fine Gael government, who are completely unaccountable to the people they're supposed to represent, try to run a country. They have failed, and nothing is going to change anytime soon, because there is less accommodation, less labour, less money, and more importantly, less accountability by government. In every town and village across Ireland, there are Fianna Fáil and Fine Gael common members. These people are supporting these parties, propping them up and enabling the absolute mess that our country is in at this moment in time. If these parties didn't have these people, then they would not be in power at this point in time. And our country would not be in the state that it's in. Thank you and have a great weekend.